We'll open it. We had some questions that were written down. We can take some more as well. If you had them, please put them on the cards. Someone asks, please continue to express your thoughts on how ISIS revives or leverages medieval Muslim traditions and behaviors.
Well, I mean, first of all, they are a real reflection of modernity. They're much closer to kind of Maoist or radical Marxist tradition. A lot of people are unaware of how profoundly impacted Marxist thought has. I mean, even in our colleges and universities in the United States, critical theory, which, I mean, we can trace it right back to Karl Marx, and Karl Marx, who has undeniably some brilliant criticisms about capitalist society, but overall, the end justifies the means is a Marxist concept. It's not a religious concept. And so the idea somehow that you can just enslave people, the Prophet said that there's 3 people that he will be an advocate against on the Day of Judgment, and one of them was man ba'a hurran, the one who sells a free person. You know, and Omar wrote to Amr ibn al-As about taking people as slaves in Egypt. He said, "Mata sta'badtum man waradatum ummahatum ahrara." What right do you have to enslave people that their mothers gave birth to them in freedom? You know, they're free people. And so this idea, slavery is an anathema to the Islamic tradition. There is undeniably a component in historical Islam of indentured servitude, which was largely a way of reintegrating war victims and refugees into a society. We have in our Islamic law the ability of anybody who's in indentured servitude to get money from the public funds to be freed if they so desire. And so this idea of modern chattel slavery has nothing to do with Islam at all. And so what these people are doing is not medieval in Dark Ages. It is a gross distortion. And I'm not going to deny that I've spent enough time in pre-modern books to know that there's some really weird stuff in pre-modern tradition. But I could take the Jewish religion, Numbers 31. If you go into the city, kill every male, even the little ones, you know, kill the girls who have known intimately men, and take the girls who have not known men intimately for yourselves, right? Which was concubinage. So that's in the Bible. There's things that are in our pre-modern text, but you'll find in the Islamic scripture, you will not find, there's nowhere where there's racism. And I would argue that the Prophet Muhammad is the first human being in human history to declare the equality of human beings. I have never found anybody prior to the Prophet Muhammad where he said there's no preference of a white over a black or a black over a white except in piety. And I've never seen that articulated in any other. And the Quran clearly says we made you peoples and tribes to know one another, not to hate one another. And even though that's an interpretation, it is a sound interpretation. So I really feel that ISIS in no way represents normative medieval Islam. There is a strain of radical Islam, even in the pre-modern tradition, that gets pretty ugly. The idea that women who were taken as concubines could be coerced into Islam. Why did they want to coerce them? Because they couldn't have sexual relations if they weren't Muslim. So you'll find the fuqaha talking about these things, but those things are relics of the past, and they should not be revived in the modern world.